for a short while. I promise it won't be a long speech. But good evening and welcome to the official opening of the Jacques Kallis Indoor Cricket Centre. Jacques certainly got a nice room to that, so we're enjoying it. Please allow me to just welcome some special people here tonight. You're all special, but I'd like to just acknowledge the following people. I'm not seeing Mr. Greg Conway, but he did say that he will come and support us tonight. He's probably still on his way, but he's from the Education Department. Then our project team, we started by the people who represented the school mainly, Georgie Borgstrom and Luke Centuria Harris, and then Mr. Bruce Burmester, the architect and our project manager, Mr. David Rams and the QS. They really ran this program, and what you see tonight is thanks to them, and it's wonderful to have them here tonight. I know Bruce had to travel in from out of town, and it was great to have Bruce here. Mr. Carl Westwick, who represents the Legacy Fund. Carl, nice to have you here. And then representatives from the Jacques Kallis Foundation, Jacques is here, Sharon, Darren Jansen, Salvador Eagle, Jean Scores, Mark Goucher, Graham Smith, and Warren Murphy. Always nice to have them here, and also thanks to their contribution. But I'll mention a little bit more about them later on. Then members of the SGB, Michelle Harley, our chairperson, is here. Members of the school senior executive, our director of cricket, Esmond van Wyk, cricket staff present here tonight, and then a special word of welcome to the Bing family, Greg, Annette, and Rick. I said earlier on to Annette, I'm sure Brad is here in spirit tonight. Brad passed away a while ago, and he was really Mr. Wynberg cricket, and it's nice to also have the family represented here at this opening of our cricket centre. And then other sponsors, donors, and just supporters of Wynberg cricket. Welcome all here tonight. It's wonderful to have you, as I say, on this very special occasion. Cricket is certainly part of the school's DNA, and thanks to the Jacques Kallis Foundation and other benefactors, we've really taken cricket here to a different level, and we are acknowledged now as also a cricket school, not only a rugby school, if you ask the SAC supporters, but definitely also a cricket school. And the Indoor Cricket Centre is really a combination of many ideas, many dreams, hopes and aspirations of different generations of Wynberg men and Wynberg ladies as well. Wynberg Boys High is really known for its cricket. It's got a rich cricket heritage, and we're very fortunate to have produced great cricket players like Jacques over here on my left-hand side. He's considered as the greatest all-rounder out there. Carl Rain and David Bellingham has just been included on a tour, I think the tour in Pakistan soon, for the Proteas, and also the likes of Garth LaRue of the previous generation, and Richard Levy, to name but a few. But we are certainly very proud of these players who've come out of Wynberg Boys High School. I'd also like to brag a little bit, and just to say that for the past 4 years, we've had boys representing the SA Schools cricket side, and we're proud to say that for 2 of those 4 years, we produced the SA Schools cricket captain. So we are certainly the new generations also doing their part in terms of building on the legacy of the names I just mentioned. The Indoor Cricket Centre was part of the strategic plan that we've identified a couple of years ago. And as I say, I'm only opening it tonight, but I'm certainly not taking any of the credit. That came long before me. But it was part of a strategic plan to develop our boys and to give them opportunity to practice off-season and leading into the summer year, which, as you could tell today, is not much of a spring or summer because it changes every moment, and unfortunately we had to cancel the T20 match that we planned for this afternoon. But this centre, this facility will certainly enable our boys to prepare during the winter months, and so that we can hit the road running come spring or summer, and that they're ready to play. And once again, it's thanks to the Jacques Kallis Foundation and other supporters who who really put us in a position that we can develop young talent at the school. I'd also like to announce that Jacques agreed to be the patron of cricket at Wynberg, Jacques, and I'm officially announcing it tonight, so thanks for that, and let's give Jacques a round of applause for this. I'd like to leave you with a quote that I came across from the late Desmond Tutu, and he said, "You stand out in the crowd only because you have these many carrying you on their shoulders." And I think if I look at Wynberg boys cricket and the likes of the names that I've mentioned, Jacques Kallis Foundation and many other benefactors, then that is really the reason why we can build a facility like this and open a facility like this. So also thanks to the SGB and for their vision and for supporting this project and this facility. And I really believe that this indoor cricket centre will go from strength to strength. And as I say, play a major part in developing young Wynberg cricketers to hopefully play on the bigger stage like Jacques and Graham and Mark and many others at the time who are present here tonight. Enjoy the evening. Thanks for joining me. And it is a very special occasion and wonderful to have you here. Thank you.
Okay, good evening. This afternoon I was sitting and I was preparing my speech, and I promise you I had a full page. But standing here, I just think it's such an awesome opportunity to just brag about what Wynberg's done over the last few years. I think this is a culmination of, like Sir said, the Brad Bennings, the Keith Richardsons, Rodney Inglis, Sean Hubert, everybody who's played a part in Wynberg cricket and making sure boys get opportunities. I think tonight is a celebration of that. Jacques, the JK Foundation, what you guys have given to our boys, the opportunities. It's so awesome, man, to see this happening. And I'll share with you guys a little bit of what the boys have experienced, what I've seen. I'm the one that get to see their faces when they come in here. So I'll give you four examples of the impact of a space like this at Wynberg. So we had a primary school here last week, and again, you get boys stepping into privilege. They see this, they are, in awe. And they get excited and they want to come to the school, and that is what this creates. Secondly, you have our under 14B boys coming in here, and then after the session, where it's chaos, you have 4 teams enjoying the space. You get boys coming in and saying, "Thank you, sir. Will there be another opportunity?" They don't take it for granted, they just enjoy it for the pure fun and development that it gives to their game. And that is awesome to see. You get our first team guys that come in here and they act all cool. They act like they don't think much of it. But you do pick up in their behavior that now all of a sudden this boy is going from batting for 20 minutes and then rushing off to batting for an hour and asking, "Sir, can I come tomorrow?" Because it's actually fun, it's convenient, and you get the most out of them. And that's awesome to see as well. And then last week I was here with that junior school, and I saw one of our old boys who's been out of school for about 3 years. He played for Western Province, played a little bit of university cricket. And you see the look on his face, a look of pride, of saying, and I told him when he looked around and he was looking at everything that was there, he said, "Yeah, that was all he said." And I told him, "You wish this was here when you were here." And he said, "Yes, sir." And that's exactly what this evening is all about. It's celebrating boys that have come here with the hope of making not just their schooling, but enjoying what Wynberg presents to them, the privileges, the JK over. I mean, we get people coming from the UK touring here. We've got a team on Sunday coming from New Zealand, and people, Paul Jim on Saturday, I asked them if we can play there because it's always dry. They said, "No, we can't do there." And that is what makes the space. And I mean, we sit around the field every summer and we get to experience that. But this adds to that legacy, and it's so awesome for me, a boy from Cape Town, to, like I told Graham and Mark earlier, I'm starstruck because I'm not far from their age, but it's amazing to experience this, but for our boys to have this and to have the same opportunities that boys have had indoor centres had, so now they can get to the next level quicker as well. Cricket's all about preparation. I remember back in the day when I was a youngster, the stories about Jacques and how hard he worked when he was at school. And that is exactly what this is all about. It's about giving the opportunity and the legacy of someone like Jacques, giving it to boys, and what they do with it is up to them. The discipline they apply to their cricket, to their schooling, is what will get into the next level. And I think tonight is a celebration of that legacy. So I think Wynberg will only go from strength to strength. I think it loads us as cricket staff, and me being privileged enough to work in this space, loads us with the opportunity to create a program that does that for boys. And I think everybody here that contributes to the the junior school, Mr. O, who does tap lead and identifies our talented players, Mr. Herbert, Mr. Skippers, who plays a part in getting boys to come, the best boys to come to the school. We all have a role to play, and we are so grateful that those who partnered with us, taking this vision of having an indoor centre, you guys are all here. And everybody that contributed financially, the school, the fact that the school saw it fit is amazing. It's amazing to be part of this, and I just want to thank everybody. And I know the boys are grateful, that I can guarantee you. Believe it or not, it looks really nice tonight, but we've been in here, we've worked extremely hard, and we are very excited to see the results and the fruits of what we've done since July. Really grateful to Bruce and your team and everybody who got this finished in time for us. And yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see where this takes Wynberg cricket. I believe I'm going to do my best to help the school to the best, to achieve the best. Long way to continue. Thank you so much.
I got told tonight that I would speak, so I'll make it up as we go along. But first of all, I've got to correct you a little bit. I did work very hard in school. When I was in the sporting field, it wasn't so much in the class. And I know my son's there, so I don't want to say too much about it. He's worked hard in class as well. But first of all, congratulations. I think it's a magnificent facility. We've been fortunate enough to tour around the world, and I can guarantee you this is as good as you're going to get anywhere around the world. So for it to be at a school is magnificent. To have an indoor centre before Western Province Cricket, or Newlands has got one, is even more pleasing. But just to see how Wynberg is investing in the future. I heard an interesting comment out there from a teacher, and they said, how you should contribute going forward and keep leaving a place in a better condition than it was when you joined it, and it had to do with the swimming pool of all things, where the teacher said your kid swims in a swimming pool, you didn't contribute 1 cent to that. It was the people that came before you that contributed to that. How are you going to take your school, your business, whatever, forward? We've got to keep moving things forward. In order for those that come after us to benefit how we benefited from those that came before us. So a big thank you to everyone who has contributed this. I remember many years back, Bob Woolman and Keith Richardson had the idea of having this sort of facility at the school. I think that originally it was planned down at, it was then called the Kallis patch. I don't know if it's still called that now. So it's been a sort of an idea that has been in the pipeline for a long time, and to see it where it is today, how people have worked hard to get it is it's magnificent. And the cherry on top for me is for it to be called the Jacques Kallis centre. After the oval was named after me, that certainly made me very proud. So to have something else named after me at the school, that certainly is very pleasing. I remember fun days of time and hours spent here with my dad and cricket nets and on the rugby field. So Wynberg will always be a part of me. I've spent 12 years. I might vouch and a few other guys that spent a few more years at their school. I was fortunate to make it 12. But some of my best times, and my dad always used to say to me, your best times of your life are your school days. And when you're actually at school, you don't believe it. But you look back at it now with fond memories and some of the friends and mates that I've made there, are still friends today. And I think that's what a centre like this does. It's going to bring a lot of friends together. You're going to make a lot of mates and meet a lot of people. And hopefully that stands you in good stead for the rest of your life. So well done. I'm very proud to be associated with what Wynberg has done, what Wynberg, where it's going, where the school keeps going. I'm your biggest supporter, always will be, especially when the rugby side beats those other 3 schools around us so convincingly year after year. Long may that continue, and may that continue with the cricket as well. I'm sure a facility like this is no doubt going to give us a little head start on those schools that don't have a facility like this. And if they do ask to come use it, you just say no, that's why I'm doing it. Well done, thank you, very proud, thank you for that.
Good evening, everybody. I think you're going to be very grateful that I never played cricket. My only time I ever accessed the school nets was when my son, I think, started here, and I went to bowl one ball with him, and he was like, never, ever do that again. But thank you very much for joining us here this evening. I think, as you touched on it, Jacques, that Keith and Bob almost spoke about this many years ago, and I think we've been talking about it for many years as well. So to have it finally open and be here is an amazing thing. I think that before the boys rush in to see the bowl first, I just really want to acknowledge the many people that were involved in this. I know Leon touched on it as well, but just to reiterate, our suppliers and the contractors, from Bruce Burnett, the architects, David Ramsey, our QS, Stephen Governor from Devs, Cybest, thanks for the correction there. David Mills from Youngman's Roofing for the large discount on the roofing that he gave to us. Natalie Narogona for Finish 5, for the soft furnishings, and 2 guys who are not here, the orders, Sean and Mike from Lamont to Moras. But I think very importantly to the school staff, to Dion, to Fani, to RJ Tennyson, to Chris Porter, to Esmond van Beek, as well as PT Locher for your contribution as well and for driving us forward all the time. I think very importantly as well is to our previous as well as our current governing body for buying into this and really believing and having this done and delivering this during our term. It's really fantastic, but I think in particular to Georgie Borgstrom, who is over there at the back, and to Luke Centuria Harris, 2 of our parent members, who really got behind it. They project managed it and their input into this was really vital. Carl, thank you very much to you and the Legacy Fund. To the Jacques Kallis Foundation, to the Wynberg Boys Parents Association, to the ladies who are here tonight for your decor, for the food. Thank you so much for that. It doesn't go unnoticed. And in particular to Shanice Pillay for her fundraising efforts in helping us with putting money into the banks of the various suppliers for the foundation, for the cricket centre, my apologies. To the Wynberg All Boys Union as well for the wine donations for tonight, our sponsors, Supera, Bitgate and AG I think everybody really rolled up their sleeves, they got involved. There was a lot that went on behind the scenes that we didn't even know about, but it just happened. So thank you very, very much for that. We all have actually noticed it. Nothing to walk around the centre and to see what is here is just absolutely phenomenal. So you have not just, for me, you haven't just built a facility, but you built a place where our boys can spend hours practicing their run-ups, their cover drives, and hopefully not drop catch excuses. But thank you again for all your effort, a really truly collective effort. So on behalf of the governing body, of the school, the coaches, and especially the boys, I thank you. It's a legacy that I'm very proud to be part of and to share with you. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
He's not going to vote if he later.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a look around, eat something, spend some time. Thank you. Nice day with you.
Business.